Yo, people, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the Straightjacket podcast 377. We're here on a Monday, no match day. You know what I'm saying? It will be next Monday. You know what I mean? A whole new 7 days. You know what I'm saying, man? Them. It's peak of the dunya. I mean, I swear down, you know, like United not playing. I thought to myself, it might be good, yeah, but bro, it is like for once, yeah, I actually like the team. I actually like the manager. It's not often that I'm manager in, you know what I mean? Normally I'm Ten Hag out, I'm Amrin out. Like normally I'm like, yo, man, let me watch United, bro. But 24 holding, I wouldn't wish it on any of my enemies, you know, any of my ops to be having one game every 24 days, man. But we're here nonetheless. We've got some news to talk about. Nuruddin, you know what I mean? You're looking tanned and that. You know what I'm saying? How you doing? Enjoying the weather?
Yeah, well, it's been windy, bro. Storm Dave and all that. Big up to Smart Storm Dave.
Yeah.
Surviving. So cycling around has been mad. It's been mad. But yeah, we're good. We're good, man. We're good. Sun shining is good in Manchester.
Yeah. Yeah, the next 2 days meant to be nice, you know, like 19, 20 degrees, man. So yeah, man. Big up to everyone that's locked in and watching. You get me? Malak Musa, man. What are you saying, man? How you doing?
I'm here, man. I'm in the building. Just bank holiday. I was just doing a couple runarounds for the charity work. But I'm here. I'm in the building. What's happening?
Yeah, man. We're good, man. We're just out here, man. I think the players have gone to Ireland today for some. I don't know. It's a bit of a weird one. Obviously, normally they'd go to different part of the country and that. Maybe to the Middle East. But obviously, right now, the Middle East is a bit, you know what I mean? It's a bit mad right now, you get me? So there won't be any of that today. But yeah, United squad, this is what has gone to Ireland. You got Bayande, Selly Lamons, Dermot Me, Fred Heath, Mazarawi, Harry Maguire, Lissandro Martinez is in the squad, Tara Malacio, Patrick Dorgu's in the squad, Lenny Yoro, Luke Shaw, Aiden Heaven, Yul Halafu. I don't know who that one is. I can't lie to you.
So you
Mason
play
Mount is available. You know what I mean? Is available, guys. Bruno Fernandez, Casemiro, Ogate, Kobe Mainu, Jim Thwaites. Shout out to Jim Thwaites, man. He's in the squad. Cunha, Xerxes, Ahmad, Brian and Boomo, Benjamin Sesko, and Victor Musa. You know what I mean? I don't know, Musa. You might have to support him in that, you know.
What's going on there? Victor Musa, you know. What two contradictions is that? Man's name's Victor and Musa.
Yeah. But yeah, man, no Delit, man. That injury must be serious, man. I reckon he's out for the season. But
yeah, he's done.
He's done, innit? He's done, man. It's sad, man, but he is done this season, bro. It is peak, bro. It's peak and that. I can't lie to you, but yeah, at least Sandro's back. I don't know how long for, but the main one for me I'm happy about is Patrick Dorgu being in that squad. You know what I mean?
Let's talk about him, Saeed. Let's talk about him. My guy has had a very interesting time at Manchester United. Yeah. And then he's almost become this world player, this amazing player in absence. It's really interesting how football happens. You know when they say you're only good as your last game? Literally, Patrick Dorgu is only good as his last 2 games. And he among the fan base, he's turned into this mystical, baller that we can't wait to have back. And I'm just like, you know what, for him, I genuinely hope that people temper their expectations, because certain people come back from injury and they need about 5-6 games to get up to speed. Certain players come up, they only need 2-3 games to get up to speed. So I'm just hoping that I just don't want to see his name trending. I don't know if he's going to be fit for Leeds. I think that might have come a bit too soon for him. But yeah, there'll be plenty more games to come, isn't it, where we're going to see him.
You know what it is though with Dorgu? It's an example of like just working hard and working on his game, innit? He's got a trainer. Everybody knows about his trainer. You know what I mean? Like he's just worked on his craft and he's found out a few things that he's got to learn. He's worked on his game. And you know what, man? You got to give credit to players like that, man. That just work on their game. They're quiet. You know what I mean? They don't make a lot of noise. Head down. He's still young. What is he, 20, 21? So you got to give it to him, man. And that's where you become a fan's favorite. You know what I mean? Or you see an improvement. Like you've seen an improvement in Dorgu from when he came in to what he is now. And also, what I got told from Lecce fan was that he told me that Dorgu was more of a winger or more of a forward player than a fullback. You know what I mean? Again, so Man United thought he was a left back. Amra just stuck him out.
He played there though. When he was over there, he played forward. I remember him playing right wing.
Yeah, bro. Right wing, left wing. He was playing further advanced. So this idea that he was a wing back, I mean, and that's just, he came into Man United straight away wing back. I mean, it's a difficult position, bro. Some players are wing backs.
He plays left back. But he plays that left back very well for his international side.
Yes, he does. And that's what Amrin said. Remember, Amrin was like, it's all good and well playing for Denmark well, but you got to play for Man United well. And then I was like, yo, brother, you don't know what your team is anyway. You know what I mean? You can't put that on Patrick Dorgu. And then obviously he kind of mocked him, didn't he? He kind of said that he's got anxiety, you feel me? He has a lot of, you know what I mean? But then all of a sudden he plays for Michael Carrick, best player under Michael Carrick, or the most improved.
Yeah, but the way though, because Dorgu's given us end product. For me, I went to watch United a couple times with Dorgu playing. Yeah. And he was a player that always gave 100%, always up and down that side of the park. He was defending in the 90th minute as much as he was trying to ball carry in the 90th minute. Yeah. But there was a lot of wanting in terms of end product in the positions he was getting in as a wing back. Because when you're a wing back, it's kind of tricky because you still have a forward in front of you and you don't know, should you give him the ball? Should you go on and try and attempt for goal yourself? So it was always tricky, but I feel like he can never be accused of not playing the right way for Man United ever since he's come here. You can never accuse him for a lack of effort, a lack of trying, a lack of, doing. But there was moments where it was like there was no end product. So I think what the fans are excited about is the end product. But in terms of just, and I think it's even gone past that. I think just knowing that you're going to get a player back that's going to be up and down for 90 minutes on that side of the park is enough for me. Whether he scores, he doesn't score, I just know what he brings to that side of the park. And when I look at Luke Shaw now, in terms of the players we got out there, they're not giving us that. No. So even just having someone who's going to be busy next to Cunha, if he does play further back when he comes back, for me, it will be massive. Because for me, I would play him left back if he comes back.
Yeah, that's I think it's a bit background noise there.
Cool.
Yeah. So I look at it, I'm like, end of the day, you got to remember, like, he's still developing, he's still learning. Like I said, he's been here, a year now? You get me? Let's see now next. I still think we need another left back to compete against him. I would drop Luke Shaw and only bring Luke Shaw when there's an emergency. Like, I don't see him leaving. Nuruddin thinks he's going to leave. I don't think he's going to leave, to be honest with you. So I think you bring Luke Shaw when you need an emergency. You know, when you need a patch up, you just need someone just available there. You bring in Luke Shaw. You bring in a left back to compete against Dorgu, and it brings the best out of him. And then you can also bring Dorgu in the left wing in them big games where you might see a Dorgu, for example. You're going away from home. You know them sort of play. You know, like Park Ji-sung was used on the right wing sometimes. Owen Hargreaves. And I'm not saying that he's that sort of player, but you could use him in them big games where you need a ball carrier. You need someone that can defend and attack. You know what I mean? And he gives you that good balance of that. You feel me? Do I believe he's fully there yet in terms of what I want? I still think his delivery needs to be better. I still think his final ball is still working on that. But you know what? In terms of everything else, athlete, ball carrying, he's done a lot, man, for Man United. So that right there, I can't lie to you, it's good to see him back. And you say there, Nuruddin, why the fan base...
Who do I think he's leaving, Saeed? Saeed, when I talk about players should go, I talk about a proper, well-run football club. I agree. Like, hence, look, Bernardo Silva can still play for another 2 years at Man City. He's been one of the most consistent, even in the bad times at Man City. But you look what Man City are doing. See you later, Bernardo. Right. That's it. See you later.
Is he saying that, or they saying that?
They're saying that, man. Come on.
It's a bit of both. Because remember, he tried to leave 2 seasons ago, and they didn't.
He tried to leave, and they were like, "Nah, you're not going anywhere." But now they're basically, if they wanted him, they would offer him a new contract and basically sort him out.
I get your point. They do that. Yeah, but he has been wanting to leave. But I do hear your point of, like, Man City, it's time to go. It's time to go. You know what I mean? Yeah, I agree with that. But the problem is, though, they're players that you actually could sell.
Claude.
Yeah, shout out to Claude. Yeah, it's time to go. But my thing is, with Dorgu, I think, man, I just think sometimes when you say that, Nuruddin, about before, about how players are to when they leave and that, it's about working on your graft, man, and working and doing your thing. And I like that, man. He's worked on his game.
No, 100%.
More players should be doing that. You know what I'm saying?
Listen, 100%. Like I said, we know the guy that has been improved. The fact that he actually, to me, it saddens me, that and a lot of United players do this, by the way. They seek outside help to improve their game.
I know.
You know what I mean? They go to these different coaching consultants and like improvement consultants. I wish Manchester United did that, like, in-house. Do you know what I mean? We had those specialists coaches who could improve one. No, I'm not. Like I said to you, performance against Arsenal, performance against City were amazing. So the point what I was making is that in the absence sometimes, players become way better in absence than when they're actually playing. So it's a thing.
Yeah, but Mason Mount's not a case of that, though, is it? Mason Mount is, he's not.
But
maybe Xerxes. Xerxes is a good example. Remember when we missed him in that period where he went injured last season? And everyone was like, "Oh man, we need Xerxes."
No, but because he was on form side, because he was on form,
So could have started the European final as well, by the way.
So players who are on form, who've had really good games and then get injured, they go up in the imagination, a lot of fans, they go.
Lisandro's another one as well. Lisandro,
you know what I mean? Yeah. They go up levels because if they're playing well and you get injured, the fans are like, you know what I mean? Obviously, it's the sadness to begin with, but the players then become extra like, we've got this player to come back. And I'm always like, we got to temper the expectations because especially a young player, like you said, he's still, you know, it's up and down kind of like a form for him. So we got to we have to be careful in the type of pressure we put on him. But for me, the way he played against City, the way he played against Liverpool, the way, to be fair to him, even before when he was played anytime forward, I always thought he had a really good game, even under Amorim. We saw the Newcastle. We saw that wonderful volley. And then the next game, he's playing, you know, left wing back. And 100%.
Yeah.
For me, there are certain players that they learn. But defending is something that you have to learn. And also
I think it's on Carrick though, Nordy.
No, listen. Put it this way. I'm saying to you, even before Carrick was here, when he was put in an attacking forward, he stood out. We were at the Newcastle game. We were there watching him. And we were all looking at each other.
Amorim was mismanaging him. I know what you mean.
Yeah. So we were looking at each other going, what's going on with Dorgu? You know what I mean? He's there winning a ball, being aggressive, counter-pressing up the pitch. You know, scored his goal. Could have scored another goal, Saeed, if you remember. He had a chance on the right-hand side. Could have should have hit the target. So for me, it's like, we've just got to be careful with young players because their form is there. You know what I mean? It's sometimes it's up, sometimes it's down. And we've got to be careful because people will be there quick for his name to trend. And I don't know what's happened to like modern football fan base, football fans. It's like players can't lose form. Players can't lose form. Players can't be like struggling. That's what happens in football. Are you, and I always ask, especially like the ones who are old enough, are you always 100% for the job, whatever you do? Are you 100% with your family? Are you 100% with everything? No, nobody is. So we expect too much. And even I get sucked into that sometimes. But we've got to remember, young players, especially like I said, he's been here for a year. He's adapting to into UK. He's adapting to Manchester. And it takes time. It takes time. But I'm happy for him that he's on the pitch at the moment. Do you know what I mean? He's doing a bit of ball work.
I agree.
But I do think he's still a bit away because coming back from that, hamstrings are dangerous. Do you know what I mean? They can go again. If you don't recuperate and build your strength up, it can go again. But 100%, I'm like I said, I'm like any other fan. I'm excited to see he playing on the left-hand side. Can he bring about that?
Well, that's the question I'm asking. The question I'm asking is that
I don't trust Luke Shaw. I've never trusted Luke Shaw. I don't care what anybody tells me. My eyes don't lie.
That's the question, though. What's Carrick going to do? Is does Carrick bring him back and put him left back, or does he put him left wing? What does Carrick do? Because I think what Carrick does tells you a lot about Dorgu long term and what he thinks of Dorgu. Because the reason I say that is because we've got more than, I'd say, how many? We've got 4 or 5 people fighting for 3 positions up front. We've got Cunha, Sesko, Zersky, and Bumo Ahmad. So we don't need to we don't need to put Dorgu in that because we already got enough people just trying to get in those forward 3 positions. So for him to do that and pull out one of the senior players, be it a Cunha, be it a Mbumo, or even just bench Sesko, what does that tell you about them as forwards to put on someone who we all believe could be playing left wing? I mean, wing back or defensive side. So what does that say? Because for me, I bring him in and take Shaw out or push Shaw to the centre because obviously Martinez has not been around. But if he is around, but I don't know, I just don't play Shaw. I just bring in Dorgu and put him left back. I don't bring in Dorgu and just and say, "Oh, Cunha, that's it. You can sit down today," or you know, Sesko, you take a seat. Because if it does that, bro, I don't know. I think that's going to say a lot about where we are with the forwards and what Carrick thinks of them. Because ideally, everyone now has been playing in that forward position for a while since Dorgu's been injured. They're all forwards, and we brought them to players forwards. Why do you sit Cunha on the bench for Dorgu? Why do you sit Mbumo on the bench for Dorgu or Ahmad or Sesko? Or why do you not even?
The dynamics, though, the dynamics worked though when we had Dorgu and Bumo, and then I think it was.
Do they though, Cycle? The question I ask you is that since he's been away, we still won games. We've done well.
So why? The balance has a little bit been off in terms of maybe, you know, the way that we'd carry the ball on that left hand side, like, you know what I mean, like we'd be a bit more.
But that balance, could it change with him being left back? Could he still make a change?
Maybe it might help. It might help
because you're building partnerships on that side. Yeah, can that help now?
I agree.
Because I want to see him what I'm trying to say is I want to see him have a run at left back as much as we did see him playing up front with Carrick, with those forward players, and to see if we can actually win games and play well. Because that's going to let me know is, do we need to get a new? Because obviously when it comes to the summer window, I don't think we can get a left wing and a left back. We got to choose. It's one or the other. But
I don't think this is what I'm saying. This summer, we can't afford to choose, man. I generally
the money's not there, Saeed. The reality is that we're not getting more than 4 or 5 players. And I don't see us getting a left back and a winger. It's either one or the other.
I'd rather than, yeah. See, I would sacrifice getting a striker in. You know what I mean? But then again, I still think United need a backup striker. So what I'd do is I sacrifice a striker. I'd get in a full-back, at least a left-back. The right-back here, it is what it is. Like, Dallo and Mazraoui, it's going to be one of them ones. Do
you think we need a striker?
Hey?
You really think we need a striker?
Yeah, I do. I think when you look at it, the competitions and that, and when you're looking at what we need.
I think Sesko and Zertsky, yeah. And you know what? I
get it.
Yeah, because for a minute, I thought that it was a bit unfair for example, Zertsky not to be getting his opportunity. But then I realized because of the 1 game a week thing and your striker needing a run, it was very important to choose your striker and get him the games. But I feel like once we go to like 3 games a season, 3 games a week, Zertsky gets a lot more time. And then if he does better in those other games, you then see him push him to start in the Prem, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. I agree. The super chat came in. Big up, man. Nice break from United. Liverpool and Arsenal tears free flowing on the weekend. Rooney won the Van Dijk argument, and Fergie hate watching in person. Also, Dorgu back before Dillit. Yeah, Dillit one is concerning. Big up Killis, by the way, for the super chat. Yeah, Dillit one is concerning. I don't know what's going on with Dillit, man. His back injury is messed up, bro. Like, I don't even know, Nurid, if you've had a back injury before, but it must be a bit painful. So that one there, I'm not.
Back injuries. Listen, back injuries are
they're serious, man, people. So
the thing about back injuries is that it could go anytime, and it's usually with footballers specifically is usually something else going on because everything's connected. So it's usually something in the lower part of the body. There's something out of line. There are something, so they have to do lots of different tests to to be able to find out what's really going on. But I'm just sick of these injury prone, and now we've been linked with Braithwaite. No, thank you. No, thank you. He's not all that, and he's another injury prone guy. I don't want any injury prone guy, mate. Availability is the best thing, mate.
Who you talking about?
Braithwaite.
Oh, Brentford, he's been bad. He's too much. Talk about availability, man. United still linked with this Camavinga, Nuruddin, man. Came in Madrid extra yesterday. Marsa, very reliable people. They say
Marsa are basically the mouthpiece of Real Madrid.
Yeah, they are. So they're saying if Eduardo Camavinga leaves, the Premier League is his most likely destination. Obviously, Man United have been linked with him. We've had a long-term interest in Camavinga, to be fair, since
before he left France.
Before he left.
So he's another guy. He's missed out of football 250 days.
Yeah, missed out on a lot of football. You know what I mean? But this season he hasn't been injured as much, Nuruddin.
He hasn't. No, he hasn't
been injured as much this season. But the problem is, though, has he played enough games, though? That's the key
How old
question.
is he now, Saeed? How old is he now?
He's 24, 23, is it? It might be 23.
I think I'm always suspicious of young players who play too much football.
He's 23, Nuruddin, which is mad.
Yeah, because he's been playing for 6 years. He's been playing since he was 16 or 17.
Yeah, he's been playing since,
16, 17. Now. So for me, I'm always suspicious of like teenage footballers who've been playing for 6 years. That's a lot of you know what I mean? A lot of wear and tear, man.
It is a lot of wear and tear, but it's about talent in football, Nuruddin. Like,
I understand that, but it's about how you're managed.
One thing.
It's about how you're managed. It's about how your body, because he was still growing while he was playing games at a high level as a professional footballer. So it's about how you're managed. And obviously everybody's body's different. Everybody's different as human beings. So, but for me, I'm just like, I don't know, man. I think
what it is,
I think the Premier League is uber physical.
No, but he can manage the Premier League, though. I disagree with this idea that he wouldn't be able to manage the Premier League. The problem is, though, would he be able to manage the minutes in the Premier League? Would he be able to manage
that's what I'm talking about.
Physicality,
that's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the minute side and the intensity. And the intensity of the I'm not talking about the physicality side. If you can control a ball and know how you put your body in a certain physicality, you can. But can you manage the intensity and the running that it's done in the Premier League? That's a big difference. It's the minutes. It's the intensity and the minutes. And in the Liga, let's talk about it. Real Madrid and Barcelona would come up in terms of intensity, maybe 4 teams in the season.
Yeah, 4.
Rest of the teams, Rest of the teams are not going to be giving you intensity. Here, you go away to Sunderland, you get battered, mate. Balls on top of you. You've got to do a lot of running.
Yeah.
Listen,
you know what I mean? Cold night. You know what I mean? In Sunderland, you're right, man. It is that, but you got
to play Champions League games.
Well, though, if there's one thing about the French players, though, they adapt well to the league in terms of the physicality, the way that they've been played. It's just that whether the guy that's got an history with, by the way, I think it's hamstring injuries, his biggest problem. It's a couple of hamstrings. You know what I mean? Ankle injury. He's had a toothache one time, but like I said, he's not been injured for a hot minute this season. Like he missed 11 games this season, which is not bad by the example of last season. Last season was a bit mad. 34 games.
10 games before that as well.
10 games before that, and then obviously 4 and 7. So the injuries started to come in the last 2 or 3 years. You know, I mean, then he's had a lot of injuries.
And how much do they want for him? What's the
they want 45 million already, 45 million, which would be 50 million euros, 45 million.
The Camavinga thing is not even as deep as it looks. You know, when you look at it properly, it's not that deep. His injuries, because he had one injury at the end of one season that carried into the next, and ever since then he's been all right. Remember that season when he was carrying Madrid, where he had to play midfield, left back, defense. Brother, he was doing well. And as a young player at the time when he got that injury, was it a knee injury or an ankle injury?
It might be the ankle injury. Injury.
Yeah, that one he got, it played about with him for about 18 months. So
why are Real Madrid getting rid of him? Answer the question. Why are Real Madrid getting rid of him?
Real Madrid is the same team that got rid of Robinho, and how many players did they get rid of? Like world-class players.
What's the reason given?
No, but you know what it is, Dorgu? It's about
for them. It's 1 minute though. For them, they also like refreshing players. Let me give you an example. They're going to get rid of Camavinga for Enzo, flipping Fernandez. Are you okay?
Yeah, that's what they do. Are they not? Well, how are they going to afford 120 million or 30 million?
No. Enzo will be about 60 to 80 million. It will be in the ballpark of that. Yeah, in the ballpark of that 60 to 80
this is what they do. This is what I'm saying. Like, it doesn't make sense. But Madrid and Barcelona are 2 clubs that get rid of players, and I don't say anything about it. Even Bayern Munich, they've gotten rid of, world-class talent.
Man. I get suspicious.
Now, think about the world-class talent that's left these clubs that goes on.
Oh, 1 second, bro. Shout out to Football Cardiff for the raid. Anyone that's come through Football Cardiff. They're a Real Madrid channel, by the way. I think they're a Real Madrid channel, so they would be probably the best people to ask. But I think for me...
Yo, Cardiff, jump on. We want to hear how you getting rid of Camavinga.
Yeah, exactly. Let me know if you're about, bro. I'll say in the link.
What he said as well, between Camavinga and Tchouaméni, I've always said I think Real Madrid bit off a bit more than they can chew in terms of the similarity, in terms of the style of players that they are and what they can do for a team. They both can play centre-back when they're needed to, and they both can play any midfield role that you need. And I just feel like they need another profile. I always thought they were being greedy getting both of them. And I just feel like they need another profile. For me, if you pick up Camavinga, I'll keep quiet.
Bro, that's what I'm saying. Nobody's going to... You know what it is, It's similar to the Casemiro situation where you see when you sign him, brother, nobody's saying, we spent a bit too much on him. You're getting premium quality, and I get it. Yeah, the injuries are concerning, but I don't think I'll be going mad at the sign of Camavinga. But the problem
he's been available this season. He's available now.
It's the idea better than the reality, though. Do you know what I'm saying, man? Like, it's the idea of something.
No, but how he's been available a lot this season. It's not like he's been mad and available this season.
No, this season's been calm. This season's been like.
I think he's still a risk. I think he's still a risk.
I don't think. And you know what it is though? Why I like these type of players, and this is why it upsets me, Man United. When I went back and I looked at his injury record, like I said, I think he got injured in one season and then it carried on into the next. But since then, his injuries have just been like any other player who might miss 2 or 3 games for something and then he's back and he's playing. And the fact that he played,
Musa. So I'm gonna let you finish. Sorry, let you finish.
Now, so for me, the fact that he played that full season at Madrid, playing every competition at left back in midfield, tells me that he has the ability and has played the full season. And then when you look at we're buying him off the back of the last 12 months, then he's been available and he's played well. So for me, to get a player of that quality in the Premier League for a club that's not competing to win the Premier League, but a club that's trying to get to the point of like competing and just consistently staying in the Champions League. I know where we are. You see that 8th place, 7th place finish with Ten Hag and then Amrin last year. I've not forgotten that. I am not trying to forget. Like I get everyone getting giddy. We got to compete. We need to and all of that. Yeah, right. See, when the Premier League comes calling and you've lost 2-3 games in a row and you can't pay for a win, you can't find one. You know how it gets. Look at Liverpool and all these other clubs who went to spend. How much they spent in the summer?
Well, they spent 500 million. They need to spend another 500
million. Yeah, and this is with a coach that won the league for them, and they're wanting right now. So whoever we bring in as manager or Carrick, they don't have the right to just come in next season and think you're going to turn up away in the Premier League to clubs who are fighting for their lives, who've also spent in the summer, and you think you're just going to bop them off the park because you're Man United. Them days are done, people. You need to understand, you need players where the when the going gets tough, they've been there, done that. And that's what I worry about the players that we're being linked to who haven't had to compete for what we want to compete for, whether it's Anderson, whether it's Wharton. See, when the going gets tough, we're going to find out who's who. Yeah. You see, when your name's on the back of every newspaper, you can't turn left without, like imagine Wharton goes like, 7 games doing a madness. That type of scrutiny. They've never felt that. Camavinga has. He's dealt with that madness at Real Madrid. You know what I'm saying? And that's what's the same as Casemiro. See, when that scrutiny came in at Casemiro, what did he do? He went back to the gym, to the drawing board, and he just came back firing. When Man United supporters were doubting him, the media was saying it was a madness. What does Carragher say? Leave the football before the football leaves you. All of that stuff, he came out fighting, bro. And look what he is now, one of the most important players in the middle of the park. That's because he's been at a club like Madrid.
And also, players need a new environment. Camavinga needs a new environment as well. Like, if you think about what he's been at Real Madrid, I think Real Madrid is always trying to tell you that you need to be better. And Camavinga must be thinking, why do I need to keep proving myself?
Press resistance. I had to go back and just watch him. You know what I've done is what I said, let me not watch last season. Let me watch this season, Camavinga. This season, Camavinga's enough. If you see this, brother, he's press resistance. He's not having it from nobody. You see all of this trying to run towards him to get the ball off him, you're in trouble, mate.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Like, you know what I mean? And I think ultimately it comes down to like quality for me. Like, we can buy like a lot of players this summer, that might be good in whatnot.
Brother, you're gonna end up with Mateus Fernandes and João Gomez. You don't think it's a joke? I done my video yesterday. United are gonna end up with Mateus Fernandes and João Gomez.
Yeah.
Because our midfield
let me read the report from Marca. This is the report from Marca, by the way. Straight from the report. His Camavinga is torn between staying at Real Madrid or listening to offers that could come in at the end of the season, especially from Premier League. It's a fact that Madrid are no longer consider him untouchable, especially because in the last 2 years with Cruz's departure and then Madrid, he hasn't made the final leap that was expected from him. That said, for Madrid, it's not a priority sale and it will depend on a lot of what former Rennes player decides. The midfielder is a player well integrated within the locker room. He builds team spirit and contributes to the teammates. So everything hinges on what happens on the field. Camavinga is not going through his best moment in Real Madrid. Alvaro Arbeloa gave him a chance against Mallorca, but because he knows he's a real option if he reaches top level. But but he was left badly exposed on the home team goal for failing to trap Morales all the way to his shot against Lunin. With Arbeloa's arrival, things haven't changed much for Camavinga. The coach has brought up youngsters from the academy like Thiago and now Manuel Angel, aside from the fact that the central midfield is true and many key for Arbeloa, just as Xabi Alonso or Ancelotti. And this season, the injuries haven't helped him either. Yeah, but the thing is, though, you got to remember, you see Arbeloa, he came from the academy, innit? So
of course, he's going to.
Yeah, he's gonna try and favor.
I mean, he came out. I remember I watched the actual press conference actually when he was talking about embedding the young players into the into Real Madrid, and how Real Madrid doesn't always have to buy. They have to tap in to the
the academy,
the academy, because they scout the best young players. I watched that. That Thiago kid has come on and he's looked impressive at certain times, but obviously there isn't anything that is like clear to him. But for me, from the way he was rated from when he was a young player to what he is now, Saeed, he's not fully reached his potential. And like he said, he's still 23. I wish him nothing but health, but I'm not taking risks with any injury prone players who have not played in the Premier League. I think Manchester United need to buy midfielders from the Premier League, so there is zero excuses next season when we're getting dropped. And Musa, I watched your video. That is all the blame on them. So don't excuse them in it. You know what I mean? If we end up with two players, so don't blame anybody. Oh, this is what we're going to end up with those two. But who decides that? Who's in charge? Yeah, so at the end of the day, it's what it is. But for me, Camavinga, I remember watching him for Rennes when he was a young kid. Oh my gosh, 17.
Yeah, what a player!
Running the whole game. Do I think that he's reached those heights? Is that unfair of young players going to a big club like Real Madrid?
Chelsea,
I just want to tell Chelsea players. Chelsea players. Yeah, I told Chelsea players then, and I said he'll bite them in the back. But I just want to tell Chelsea fans, you just need to be quiet right now.
But that's a massive swap, though. If I was Chelsea fan, I would be excited about
right now.
But I'll be excited about that swap.
You need to go for walks in the forest and clear your heads. That's what you guys need to do. You need to go You need to start finding hobbies. You need to start doing swimming, and you need to integrate other aspects. You need to get a cinema pass. That's what I've been doing for a long, long time. So you need to integrate other things, recreational things, into your lifestyle, because Chelsea ain't one of them. Trust me, ain't one of them. Saeed, I'm going to get you on, hopefully Musa on. We're going to do a deep dive into it because nobody's done it. Chelsea cheated. Chelsea, some of those trophies are not legit, mate. I don't care what anybody says. All of the ones that they won with Hazard. All of the ones that all the trophies they won with Hazard. Not just Hazard, but he was paying so much money, Abramovich, paying so much money and bribing people. Remember when I used to always say brown envelope? She's going to go Chelsea with a brown envelope. That's another conspiracy that's come to light. Another conspiracy that's come to light. I'm telling you, Chelsea, what they're doing, and all these players who signed these dumb 7-8 year contracts, 6-year contracts, how are you getting out? Explain to me how you were getting out. Saeed, I'm telling you, Chelsea won over 100 million. They want to break even with Enzo Fernandez. Don't believe this.
I don't think they'll do the swap. They'll
probably gonna do a swap, you know, man. I'm not gonna lie to you, man. They'll probably do some deals.
And they do swap deals. United, the only club that don't do swap deals. And I tell you, that Caicedo Camavinga midfield.
We did. I think we were the first big club.
No. I don't. Do you think that's a good deal?
I just want to remind people.
That's that madness.
The first club to do it.
No. I don't think that's a good deal. Caicedo.
You know what is
Nah.
Enzo Fernandez for Camavinga.
Yeah, maybe.
No, but that's it. Then you end up with a Caicedo Camavinga midfield for Chelsea. It's solid.
Yeah.
Solid midfield. Because you see what it is, and I said this before, this idea of sixes don't really exist no more. These sixes, they're more eights. And Caicedo can score goals. He showed you that he can play. But because no one else can do what he does, he ends up having to stick behind or stay furthest behind most of the time. When you've got players like Camavinga that can go, stay, you can share the load. And that's what Man United need to do, because those sixes are done. They're not in the game. But I don't believe, I saw what I saw. This is why I want Baleba. I want Man United to go and get all the midfielders that everybody else wants and just make sure Baleba is one of them, because I think he will outshine every single other midfielder we get. I think if we get Tonali Baleba does better that first season.
You know what it is, though? Will Baleba reach the levels of Camavinga ever? But then you got Camavinga, who's an injury-prone kind of player, who then you won't see the best of Camavinga. Whereas what's Baleba's ceiling, though? That's the thing, though. What is Baleba's
ceiling? Is mad. He's like a Camavinga.
Way better than Camavinga, me personally.
You think so?
I don't think he's better. Camavinga's a problem. I think they're similar. I think they're very similar. I think if you bought me both of them this summer,
I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I swear, I've not watched Camavinga and thought, "Wow, what a player!"
No.
Anytime, I haven't. Not since he was at Rennes. When he first came on the scene at Rennes, when he first came in the scene as 16-year-old, 17-year-old, I thought, "Wow."
Remember when he went left back? I think we played then. Remember we played them? Remember we went left back or somewhere? Was it Champions League final? And he was just bopping guys up.
Yeah. Ridiculous. Bro. You got to remember, did you watch the Champions League final against Liverpool?
Yeah, that was the one.
It was man of
the match.
The
one.
That was the man of the match.
Man of the match. That was the one. That was the one. He's dangerous. He's dangerous. I'm just surprised that... I'm not surprised.
Where Salah got done over.
No. That was a different one. Oh,
the other final.
21-22, I believe it was. And that one there, Camavinga was unbelievable that day. He has bundles of energy and he's a box-to-box. Like, this is the thing, though. I wouldn't say he's like a sitting midfielder, but then you just said there, Nur and Musa, this idea that like sixes are meant to stay.
I just want to give a bit of insight. Sixes have been a modern thing in football. You know that there's been no sixes really.
Yeah,
midfielders were midfielders. You did the.
How many sixes in the modern game do you think there really are? Be honest. Like Rodri's a 6, Zubimendi's a 6.
Well, it depends, Saeed.
But then you see Pedri for Barcelona.
It depends the league you play in. It depends the league you play in. It depends the type of team that you're playing for. Supermendy can also be a playmaker. Supermendy was a playmaker.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But they're not. But that's why I said I wouldn't say that Supermendy's a 6. And the only reason I say that, go on,
Musa, I'm calling the whole thing. This idea of 6 is a modern thing in the history of football. The sixes didn't exist. As footballers, there were some who were better defensively, but as a footballer, you were box to box. Majority of midfielders were box to box. One will hold, one will go forward. One will be like a number 10, especially with a 4-3-3, right? So the 4-3-3 Ajax that was developed. The Ajax later on moved on to Barcelona. That became such an influential kind of formation and tactic, right? Then it became the more the silky guy, he played more as a number 10. But midfielders throughout history have been, especially at United, there was never a number 6-6. To me, they've always been kind of a like low-lying kind of playmakers, deep-lying playmakers.
Yes,
more than a sixes.
But this is what I'm saying. Like people think. Go on. People think like Go on.
Let me just finish it, Musa. People think that Scholesy had no pace, couldn't play as a number 10, couldn't play out wide for United. What did he do? He was so good on the ball, he went back and played like a quarterback role, played like a little playmaker. Roy Keane, what did he do before he left United? Injuries got hold of him, all of that. He went back deeper and played more of a... Steven Gerrard, what did Steven Gerrard do? What did Frank Lampard? That players who were box to box and later on in career, because they've got experience and awareness to play two-touch. So this idea of like, for me, that what we think about as six as defending, Makelele was the guy who made that role famous. He was just the guy who would just break up play, and he would just. But in terms of other players, just the older they got, they just went a bit deeper because they had the experience and the know-how. So at the end of the day, this idea of what a number 6 is.
That's it. But and those number 6s that you mentioned, even Makelele, they could play. The problem with the number 6s today that people want They just want him to tackle and get the ball back. And then when they get it, they can't play. Yeah. That's the issue. At least if you could play, we could say, all right, cool. And that's why I like João Gomez is not high on my list. But when the guy wins the ball back, he can play and he can score goals. So he's everything that Ugarte should have been. And that's the problem. He's everything Ugarte should have been for us. But Ugarte wins the ball back and then he loses it a couple of seconds later. I know. So it's mad.
Big up Will, who's just joined us, man. Big up, shout out to Will. Make sure you go follow him. Carnage, you know what I'm saying? He's doing his thing over there. And the super chat here that come in and says, Camavinga hasn't improved in any attributes since joining Madrid. A hard no from me. Talk to me, man. Do you want him to go, by the way? Do you want him to go or would you keep him?
I'd prefer to keep him personally, but at the same time, it's kind of like what that super chat said. He hasn't really progressed a lot since we've signed him from Reims a couple of seasons ago. And it's not because he's not talented. It's just the injuries. Like, he can't really stay fit. And then even currently right now, he's kind of not been able to establish himself as like a consistent member of the 11. And currently, we have a kid from the academy, Thiago Pitarch, that's been outplaying him. Camavinga's been a liability consistently for about 2 seasons now. So I do think if a big offer comes in, I would sell him, but ideally not really. I think it just depends on what you guys are looking for because he's not a 6. Camavinga's an 8. He's too good on the ball to be doing defensive duties. I think he's one of like the best ball progressors. He glides and he's a very good ball carrier, but he can play the 6. He can also play at left back. But yeah, in terms of like the development, it's just not been as much as you would hope. Like the idea of Camavinga is better than the reality of Camavinga.
That's what I said, bro.
I want to ask though, how did he go then from like man of the match Champions League final performances to needing to progress from that? How do you progress from that level of display at the highest level of international football and put in a performance like that, and then you're still asked to get better than that? How do you do that?
Well, because it's the consistency. And then at the same time, he's not really better than the guys that we have starting. If you think about it, it's like I just said, right? Like Camavinga is not a 6. So you can't start him over a Tchouaméni, who I think is one of the best DMs in the world. He's also not a better 8 than you could say Jude. He's not a better 8 than Valverde, right? And then he can't play the 10. So in the midfield, it's kind of like, again, he's a very talented player and he does have big performances, right? Like we're not going to say that he hasn't, but at the same time, it's a consistency and the injuries that are like really killing him. And then when he is starting, he's making big mistakes. Like we just lost. La Liga is done, right? We're 7 points behind Barca. We lost to Mallorca. Mallorca are known for vacations. And they're beating us while we're in the middle of a title.
I've been to Mallorca.
Right?
Mallorca's nice.
Camavinga is the reason that we conceded that first goal. He loses the ball, and then he does not track back.
But Trent defending was bad as well.
I don't really think, the issue is that we know what Trent is, right? So him coming here defensively not being the best is not really a problem, right? Like we do give him cover, but we're very unbalanced in the attack because the dictator himself, Mbappe, has returned. So the entire attack is just thrown off. So like, we have a striker that we can't cross the ball to essentially. But as far as Camavinga,
can I just ask? Can I ask what in terms of you said before? A lot of money. So what big offer? What's the offer?
50 million euros.
It's got to be between 60 and 70 with the way that
no.
The way that
not for
you just brought the guy's game down, said he's not consistent, he's injury prone, and you want 60, 70 million.
We're not doing
look at the market, right? Like it's an inflated transfer market. Like so, like why should I give you a fair price? Is honestly about like 50. But we gotta throw some prem tags.
Can I just say some genuinely, right? I'm properly. I don't know how old you are, but I watched Real Madrid for a long, long time, and we used to watch it, La Liga. We used to have it on Sky Television in the UK, and I used to watch, and I still watch a lot of games. Real Madrid have always conceded goals in the history of Real Madrid because Real Madrid has been a team that most fans would love to watch globally and attracts fans because they always play with risk because you are supposed to, because you're Real Madrid, you play with risk. But for me, it's not about individual players blaming individual players saying that you made a mistake. Players can make mistakes and that can happen. But it's always been about what the firepower you had up the pitch. And from everything that you're saying now, is that looks like Arbeloa, who is an interim coach, hasn't found the balance to basically have a very much kind of the attacking part, the middle part, and the defensive unit.
And that's because
to
of
be able
Mbappe.
to work together.
Mbappe, yeah.
Mbappe,
but the guy scores goals for you guys, no?
Yeah,
Mbappe will
is he a
go
match
down.
winner?
Mbappe will go down as the biggest flop in Real Madrid history.
Nah,
how many goals has Michael scored? By the way,
relax.
Listen, genuinely, how many goals has he
I'm
scored?
telling you, I would swap him for Sesko right now. I
He's
promise.
scoring goals.
I would give you Mbappe right now. Let me tell you something right now, bro.
We need a sound
This
effect
guy
for
has
that one.
Let's speak.
When we brought Mbappe in, the expectations versus the reality of what it's been, it's a nightmare.
Oh, come on, you just said
really
Sesko. I like Sesko, but Sesko.
Will Sesko stay in the middle? Will Sesko make runs? Will Sesko be an option in the box? Will Sesko not be on the left wing next to Vinicius? Will Sesko not be next to Tchouaméni in midfield? Will Sesko give me balance? Joselu was a better signing than Mbappe. And the thing is, when Mbappe first joined us, everybody was excited. Of course, it's Mbappe. But I thought that he would adopt. The guy refuses to play as an actual 9. I'm not asking him to be Benzema, Luis Suarez. I'm asking you to try. I'm asking you to not get in the way of everyone else. Since he's joined us, it's been Barca dominance. We've only beat them in one El Clasico. Last season, we lost every single match against Barca. They beat us in the Super Cup final. They beat us in the last El Clasico for the La Liga title, essentially, right? And he's bagging all these goals. But what am I actually celebrating?
You're saying it's to the detriment of the team, basically.
Yes.
Yeah,
it's not a coincidence. He leaves PSG. They got no money for him. The very next season, they win their first UCL, the treble. They become the best team in the world. Mbappe joins us. We just won the Champions League. We just won La Liga. I didn't need a left winger. I have Vinicius, who was playing at a Ballon d'Or level. We have Jude Bellingham crashing the box. The only thing that we were missing was an actual player that can give us an option consistently down the middle as a striker. He knew this. He joined us, and he refuses to do it. Mbappe is a bigger flop than Hazard. Mbappe is a bigger flop than Luka Jovic. Mbappe is a massive problem for Real Madrid. With the expectations and what it's been a disaster, bro. It's
Can I just ask a question? Saeed, 1 second. Saeed, 1 second. What you just said is a very insightful thing, and this is the problem. This is the problem that I get when I talk about Bruno Fernandes and Manchester United. Positionally indisciplined, runs like a headless chicken. When United start losing, he loses his head. He starts to try to do everything. And the biggest thing for me, when you play football, I played the lowest level. It's not even a level. I played just amateur, lower than amateur. But positioning is so important in football. And I find it really difficult to understand that Ronaldo was the winger who always wanted to get on the ball, whether it's left or right for United and Real Madrid. And then come to a certain time, he adapted. Do you think it's time to go on Real Madrid to sign? Because Benzema did all the donkey work for Ronaldo to shine. Do you think that you need to sign a player to get the best out of Mbappe? Because obviously Mbappe is undoubtedly a world class. Do you have to go and get a Benzema-like to unlock this potential?
This guy, man.
I mean, so I would love like Ekitike. I feel like that profile, I think he would cook for Real Madrid. But the issue is Mbappe doesn't want to go right wing. So now I have an issue on the left. Why would I destabilize Vinicius, who's earned that number 7, who's earned being our left winger, for a guy that's done nothing for us? While Mbappe was stringing along Florentino Perez summer after summer, rejecting us and using us to get new contracts, Vinicius has been phenomenal, cooking in the Champions League. You can't name me a current player in Europe that has had bigger performances than him. 2 Champions League finals he scored in as well. So that's a massive issue because he doesn't want to go on the right. But then why would I replace Vinny, who is better than him club-wise? Obviously, not internationally, because Mbappe for France, he seems to just go.
There was a moment where he was carrying you, though. Will, let's be honest.
Never carried us ever.
No, real talk. Though. There was a moment. Be honest, though. There was a moment where
if you take away his goals, it's a problem. If you take away Mbappe's goals for Real Madrid, there is a problem.
Take away his goals, and this is an issue again, maybe with United in a sense. Like, take away Bruno Fernandes' assists, where do my United go? Yeah, that's the whole question, isn't it? But if you take away his assists and his goals, Mbappe, where were Real Madrid though last season? Be honest though, where do you reckon you would have been?
But you're saying last season when a big reason why we were trash is because of Mbappe. I cannot tell you about life before Mbappe. I can tell you about life before him.
Yeah, right? You were champions.
I just won a Champions League. I just won La Liga.
Where's the backup striker? Where's that young kid?
Bro, do you know that we would have done the?
But bro, listen. Can I just say I understand the points that you're making, right? But isn't that to do with Modric and Cruz, Casemiro? Isn't it that you lost that midfield? Isn't that the team got really old? You got back, solid guy. You had leaders in that team. That's why you were winning those big trophies. And I understand. I think. Let's Musa, 1 second. I think what you're describing is what I say. What happened to us under Van Nistelrooy? The whole team became about him when he came to Manchester United. And I said, even though he banged in all the goals, I preferred, and you look at it, we only won 1 league title under Van Nistelrooy, with Van Nistelrooy. He became to Real Madrid, actually, which is quite funny. But I preferred, for the balance of the team, watching the team, the balance in the team, I understand that. But to blame everything on Mbappe, that's a bit unfair. You have to be I know you're angry, and I understand. You have to be you have to be subjective in that. I think Real Madrid dominance in the midfield, Cruz was a massive miss. Modric getting old has been a massive miss. Has Camavinga, Tchouaméni both stepped up at the same time? No, they haven't. Tchouaméni, there were certain times where some of your fans were telling us that he needs to go, that that he's not the guy that he thought he was. Premier League teams were being linked with him. Now that he's performing well, this season he's been superb, 100%. He's been superb. Last season, good big performances. I don't think to blame the whole thing from the outside. I'm not a Real Madrid fan, but from the outside, it seems to me that there is an issue with in terms of the balance, in terms of where Mbappe, because for me, Mbappe has to be disciplined. For example, I'll give you Wayne Rooney, right, would always be the guy who would play left, right, do all these things.
Yeah, do all the dog work.
Like I said, all the dog work, like Benzema did for you guys, right? Okay. One time, Wayne Rooney was asked, Fergie asked him, can you play as a number 9? He bagged, like, he was the top scorer in the Premier League, yeah? But you know, when they asked Wayne Rooney now about those seasons, he's like, I didn't like it because I didn't have the ball, because he's a ball player. Now, is Mbappe this type of guy who wants to be, like he said, getting in people's way other than holding a position? And what some people who don't deep football don't understand, when you have a central striker, they do a lot of stuff to give the room for the other players. And that's why you talked about that Juzulu, whatever his name is. At that time, he's taking players away so that Vinicius can do what he's doing. The other Brazilian, Rodrigo, can do what he was doing on that right-hand side. So has he come and spoiled like the balance? Yes, I think you have a case. But to blame everything on him, come on.
No, so here's the situation, like Norton, right? Obviously, I'm very critical of Mbappe because since he's come in, things have been bad, right? Obviously, he's not the only problem. There are other issues, like you brought up. Of course, you lose a player like a Toni Kroos. I mean, that's a massive miss. The guy's a legend, right? A phenomenal midfielder, very integral to keeping us organized. But here's the thing. I think if Toni Kroos, and remember, Modric was here last season, by the way, when we were dirt. But Toni Kroos, even if he was here, I don't think it makes a big difference because my attack is still unbalanced. Who is he playing the ball to? Mbappe standing next to Vinicius. We have to remember, Mbappe didn't even get along with Messi. You think he can listen to Toni Kroos? The guy didn't listen to Messi at PSG. So what? Toni Kroos going to be able to tell him what to do. So here's my thing, right? I think, obviously, Kroos not being there, it's a big miss, yes. But I don't blame Perez that summer for not getting a midfielder in. Because if you look at the team that we had, why would he not think Arda Güler, Jude, Tchouaméni, Valverde, Camavinga, Luka Modric, 6 players. Why would he not think that that core of players can stabilize the midfield? But the issue is, Norridin, when you have your striker again, Mbappe wants to touch the ball like every 1 or 2 passes. Like he needs to come wherever the ball is.
He wants to come collect it. Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah,
so now
it's like a Wayne
Rooney.
It's like a Wayne Rooney kind of player.
Yeah, because bro, like that throws off the midfield because now why is my striker next to Tchouaméni? Why is my striker next to Valverde in the 8? True. So now that throws everything off because everybody's where they're supposed to be, but you. I don't know how much of Real Madrid you guys watch, but if you guys like would have tuned into that Osasuna game when they beat us, the amount of time, bro, we squared the ball into the box about 3 times, just go straight across, and Mbappe like at the edge of the box asking for the ball at his feet, make a run. What are you doing, bro? Like
it's you know what?
Go ahead, say it. Go ahead.
No, I was just saying, like, I think it's funny in it how football now is about balancing it. Like anything that upsets the balance of your team, bro, it's not going to be great for the team long term, and you won't win as a result, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, and this is the thing where a lot of teams are having this problem now. Even look at Pep Guardiola, like him, the way he was messing around with his team has cost him the title. Let's be honest. Like, if he'd have played Cherki, Semenyo, Dorgu, and Haaland for the majority of the season, they would have been probably champions, but he didn't. You know what I mean? And then he's tinkering around with it, and he's tried to put Semenyo in the 10. He's tried to do something crazy, and hence why they haven't won the league this year. So it's all about balance, man. And this is why Barcelona are doing what they're doing this season. You know what I mean?
It's not just about balance. It's not about balance. You just got to have players who are going to do the donkey work and who are going to be unselfish. Like when we got Ronaldo, Rooney, when we got Rooney and Ronaldo together, Ronaldo had to be the guy. And Mbappe, I feel like even from what you're saying to me, he might be, I don't know. I mean, how old is Mbappe now? How old is Mbappe?
28 now. 26 or 27.
Okay.
Yeah,
so now it's the time that he should be getting into the central areas. Like you said, making that, like getting in the box. Like the idea that he is such a quick-footed. The idea that shocks me, he's waiting for the cutback.
If you want to share that, Saeed.
Which one? Okay, this one here. Let me see.
Other than for the cutback, yeah?
Wow.
I find it really difficult.
This is when Mbappe's contract runs down, Norridin. 3 years, 2 months, 24 days, 9 hours, and 48 minutes until the Mbappe regime is over and my people are free.
Mad. Can you make one for Bruno, man? What? Give me one for Bruno Fernandes, man. You know what I'm saying? But no, that's crazy. That is mad, bro. Like, I don't know who's made this. I don't know how you've done this. And this is how much it's going to cost you so far.
Yeah, like this guy's made 126 million just to watch Barcelona give us belt to ass every week.
That's
every time
crazy.
Can I ask, are you one of the one voice, or is this commonly majority Real Madrid fans?
Say it again.
It's what you're describing, what you've said, the case that you put forward. Is that general understanding amongst the fan base? Do the fan base agree with you, or are there just some people that say no, Mbappe is Mbappe?
Yeah. So now it is. I've been saying that Mbappe is a problem for about a year now. Initially, it was very popular to get on to Vinny because performances after the Ballon d'Or, it dipped massively.
Yeah. By the way, do you know that footballers can lose form? The best thing is to have so many good footballers that when others lose form, the others step in to take their thing. But every way that I understand, could you see him working as a number 10 with a central striker ahead of him? Mbappe.
Mbappe as a 10. Nah, he's not good enough on the ball, bro. Like, do you know who could have done that? Like a Benzema. I feel like if he needed to, Benzema, like he could have played the 10. Okay. Mbappe, to me, is not technically gifted enough to want to touch the ball as much as he does. So for me, he has to go on the right wing. And then when he loses his pace, I don't know like how he evolves his game to still stay at like that top level. Just because, like the technical ability is not that good. So he can't operate. And then plus we already have enough 10s because we have Jude Bellingham, who I think is arguably the best midfielder in the world. I have Arda Güler. And I have Nico Paz, who's coming back. So I don't know.
Brahim Diaz. No, I asked because I asked, right? Well, some people don't understand what I'm asking. By the way, not all the 10s in world football have been amazing on the ball. That's the goal scorers. They time their runs into the box. They get into position. If you give them enough room, they can bend one into the top corner. You don't have to be great. Not all the 10s, traditional 10s. Only the traditional 10s that are amazing on the ball, like the Roberto Baggios, like the Giannini. You know what I'm talking about? Like those type of. There was a specific type of number 10 who had to be mystical. Not all of them were that. They make runs into the box. They drag players away. Like so, certain 10s are goal scorers, right? The big thing what I'm asking is that what player do you think that's available now that can basically unlock, help Jude Bellingham in a team? What player in world football that can be the Benzema, what Ronaldo was? Because to me, I'm shocked that he's still not getting in the middle and waiting. That takes a lot of discipline. You're not touching the ball for a long, long time.
Yeah.
So if you're asking about the attack, it's like I said, I would want Ekitike. I'm hoping that when Isak is fully fit, they put Ekitike left wing. They're letting him know, look, we spent all this money on Isak. We broke the record. That's the priority. So you have to hold that. I'm hoping maybe next season he's thinking to himself, Liverpool suck. Let me go to Madrid. I'm gonna be real. Look, Man United,
you guys have big money, though. You got
right?
Big
Barca have La Masia, Arsenal have Hale N, Chelsea have Cobham, Real Madrid have Liverpool. So this is something that's just inevitable, right? I think Ekitike, because of how good he is on the ball, I think he can play. And the thing is, if you get Ekitike, I think he can link up well. Let's say even if Vinny leaves, now Mbappe goes left wing, it can work. Or if Mbappe leaves, and then if Vinny stays, because you've seen Vinny with the striker of similar profile, phenomenal. So I feel like he would be a better signing than like a Haaland, right? Like these Madrid outlets keep saying Haaland, Haaland, Haaland. If you sign Haaland and if you keep Mbappe, you can't have two players that both want to win the Golden Boot. You imagine we get a penalty and they're going to have to go fight and then come back out, and then whoever won, that's who takes it. Mbappe's not going to create for Haaland. Haaland cannot create for him. So Haaland would be a bad signing in my opinion. Ekitike, he's that profile that I would really love to sign, but the back line needs more than the attack currently. Like we need to focus on defense this summer. So kind of how I view it, bro.
This comment here about Enzo,
this guy Staffy's a fraud.
Yeah, big up Staffy and that. But in terms of like England, which midfielders do you rate? Because obviously, I feel like you're gonna have to buy maybe a player from England. I don't know who would it be, but I think England have got the best midfielders now. Array of midfielders in terms of options. You got Wharton, you've got Anderson, you've got obviously Enzo for Chelsea, but he's just put in there like Caicedo. Yeah, that's another one. Like I feel like Premier League have gotten a good influx of midfielders. Personally, for me, I would love Elliot Anderson. But it's about again just thinking, you know what, who complements who? You know what I mean? If you got in your midfield, for example, Tchouaméni, who's gonna basically complement Tchouaméni? You feel me in that midfield or
yeah, I mean the midfield's like already stacked though, bro. Because you listen to the names I'm saying, right? So again, there's still Jude, there's Valverde, there's Tchouaméni. I don't know if Camavinga stays or goes, but he's still there, right? You have Arda Güler as well. And then Nico Paz. I don't know if you guys have been like keeping.
Oh, yeah, Nico Paz is very good. I like him.
Bro, I like him. He's coming back as well. So it would be nice to get a holding midfielder, right? Somebody that can, more so like just slow down the game and stuff. But I don't really think that we have to go and force it. I think if like the price is right, then I think that we should, look. But in terms of like Enzo Fernandez, I don't know about you guys. I rate Enzo Fernandez very highly. I don't think he suits the Premier League. And when I'm looking at a guy like Enzo, I think his passing is phenomenal, which I think would help us a lot. But he wouldn't be my first choice from the Prem. I would probably take two over him that are on the market. I'd say Adam Wharton would fit that profile a lot more because Adam Wharton actually plays deep. Whereas Enzo, you see him box crash a lot this season. He's been their number 10. So even though I like him, but I think Wharton would fit a little bit better. Or I think Tonali. I think if he's available and if he would want to come, I think he would also fit a little bit better. So I would take those two before Enzo. But if we can get a deal for him, I mean, I would take Enzo. I think he would cook at Real Madrid for sure.
Yeah. What Nordi, what are you saying, Nordi? Like Elliot Anderson, we need to get this one over the line, innit? But obviously, Man City are still involved right now, man, which is a bit of a mad one still, man. But We need to get Elliot Anderson over the line, man. That right there, he cannot go to Man City. That one has to be our one locked in, man. Like I'm more and more anxious about that one getting not over the line rather than the Tonali. I think the Tonalis are not. Don't get me wrong. Do I want them? Yes, but it's Elliot Anderson for me first. That United should be looking at, really. Let's be honest.
We have vultures.
Yeah,
we don't have a clue. Don't have a clue, FC. Best in nonsense, mate. Best in class, my ass. You got these people. They are who they are. Manchester United is Manchester United. And if you look at the current form of Man City, they look at an attractive proposition with, like you said, Jerky now playing in this, you know what I mean? Now that it took him time to figure out where to put the chess pieces. And now they look at the form team. So they all depend on him. You know what I mean? He's saying that he loved De Bruyne. He followed. For me, I've come to terms with it that Elliot Anderson will join Man City. And that's listen, I have come to terms with it. I have come to terms with it because this football club does not move. For me, in January, I would have already done that agreement because Manchester United didn't have any of those distraction side. I would have already done the groundwork, and now we're waiting. We're waiting for him to come to happen after the World Cup. I think City have already got this in the bag, and I think City, and this is why I think Pep could stay. I really think that there was a thing where Pep could stay because I for everything that what's been happening lately with him and his personal life and what's been happening, I thought Pep might be a bit tired. Pep looked tired the last 2 seasons, but now I see the nucleus of a team, Saeed, that knows what they're doing in the transfer market. January deals is an opportunity to sign players. The way they have used the amount of players they've moved on. So when it comes to transfer strategy, Manchester City or Manchester United, if you're a footballer now, if any of you two now were a footballer, where are you going? Ask yourself the question, where are you going?
It depends.
Unless you are you are a Newcastle supporter, you come from Newcastle, but you had a massive thing for Manchester United. Unless the idea of Manchester United going and signing players, I think yes, maybe from abroad or maybe in the Premier League, signing players that want to play Champions League with Manchester United in the Champions League next season. Yes, I think that puts, makes favorable. But who are we kidding here? Manchester United tracked Sesko from when he was 15, 16. Mbeumo's a United fan. Cunha is a United fan.
Yeah, nah, I agree with you, bro. I think if you're a neutral, right? And maybe again, if you grew up a United fan, and then if they come in for you, then you would go there. But if you're like a neutral player, because I think City can offer you the same wages, and I think City are
City are gonna go offer him even more money. By the way,
more money, and Man City they're more stable. Because I mean, like even if Pep Guardiola leaves, let's say at the end of the season he says, "I think I've had enough," right?
Yeah,
you still back their owner and that board to get the next guy right. Obviously, you're not just going to replace Pep and just continue dominating like right away. But you know that you have an ownership that are going to be very aggressive in the market, January and in the summer. And I think their team right now is just better placed to continue to win more so than Man United. I'm going to be honest with you, bro.
You know what it is, though? I look at it with Man City is that it's about guaranteed start places as well. If you look at like Reinders and these guys here, Nico Gonzalez, I mean, they've cost them a combined 100 million and they're not even starting players right now. Yeah, so, you know, I mean, if you're looking at that and you're Elliot Anderson, you're thinking, my path through to the team ain't even secured. You know what I mean? So why would I want to go there? You know what I mean? Like, you're looking at them players and you're thinking...
Now, you make a point. That's a good point. Because we saw it happen to the guy from Leeds. We saw him. That was the guy from Leeds.
Yeah,
Calvin Phillips.
Guardiola isn't the guy to be messing around with right now. And you might say he's only got 1 year left or whatever, but I don't think he's the type of guy to be, to be resting your laurels on him right now as it stands. I would, for me personally, be like, you know what? Let me just look elsewhere and let me go to Man United. That's going to offer me a place right now. They're in the Champions League as well, but it comes down to who's more proactive, innit? Who's going to come in early? You know what I mean? I don't know what it's like at Real Madrid, but United, we have been proactive last couple of years. But at the same time, this season, midfielders, it's going to be very, very big this summer for midfielder because you got the World Cup. You don't want the World Cup tax to get involved. You really don't want to get involved in that World Cup tax. So you just got to go in early and say, you know what, man, let's go and buy him straight away. Spend the money. Like just go and buy him.
Can I ask Carnage, right? What do you think of Manchester United as somebody who's not a United fan, who's from, who's a Real Madrid fan, supports the big club? What do you actually think about our policy, our recruitment policy?
Our squad as well. Who do you rate in our squad? Be honest.
I did like Lenny Yoro. No. But in terms of in your squad, I think so. I do like Manu. I'm not really the biggest fan of Bruno Fernandes, but I think he's been very crucial for you guys since he's been there.
Can you expand why you don't rate Bruno?
I feel like, okay, yes, he's your creative spark. Yes, he's the guy that's responsible to get things going in your attack. But I feel like he does put a lot of pressure on the players behind him. I feel like a lot of the goals or a lot of times when you're in danger, I feel like more times than not, it's because Bruno did something that put you in a particular situation that may cost you. But I think.
By the way, the Bruno stand, he's got no emotional attachment to Manchester United. He just watches football. So there's no agenda with him against Bruno.
No.
There's no agenda. But
But I think that you guys have a decent squad. I like the business that you did, like in the summer, because I thought that, Cunha, it was time for him to get a move from Wolves. I think that Mbeumo, Premier League proven player. I did rate Amad Diallo highly, but I feel like he's kind of fallen off a bit. I'm not too sure.
He's not a killer. I found out that he's not a killer, man. Amad is not a killer at this moment in time.
Yeah, but you don't think that
he does everything but as a killer. He has to be a killer.
He's not a sort of player, man. It's not like Rodrigo. Rodrigo, you wouldn't assume is a killer, right? Let's be honest. Like Rodrigo's not a killer, right? But yeah, be honest. Like he's that sort of player, man. I'm not saying he's Rodrigo, but these sort of players, they're more create first rather than they're shooters. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? Like,
and obviously Casemiro as well. Of course, like big up to Casemiro. I think he's actually doing pretty good for you guys. But I think your team still needs some work done. In terms of your transfer policy, I'm still not really sure like what it is under like Ineos since they've become like the footballing side of things. I think that you guys have done a decent job with Carrick being there.
Yeah,
doing way better than Amorim. But at the same time, I just have to see like what you actually do in the summer because now that you're going to be back in the UCL, I think you have to be very aggressive because you don't want to be in a situation to where you go into the UCL next season and then you fall out that top four.
Like
now you're back in the Europa League, for example.
Like
you're Manchester United. You shouldn't really be out of these kind of competitions.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. I think for me, it comes down to like next year. Like we should be in the Champions League next year. We should be fighting with the likes of Real Madrid, Barcelona's. You know what I mean? That's where United should be, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you look at our history, like, we shouldn't be in the Europa League, man. I'm sorry, but like a club like Man United, even though we have got rubbish owners and they need to go, but like the United should never, ever be outside the Champions League, man. Like, what are we doing here, bro? Like if you look at that, our kind of the respect that we have in Europe, you know what I mean? Especially from the Real Madrids and the Barca. Them man know we're meant to be good, man. But obviously,
I was doubting you guys this season. I didn't think that you'd finish in a UCL spot. I don't think anybody expected like Liverpool to just fall off the face of the earth.
And Chelsea. And then
I actually thought Chelsea was going to be better than you. I thought that United were cooked. But now look, fair enough. You guys capitalized on their poor situations. Because like Liverpool falling off is mad when you think about what they did last season, the money that they spent. They brought in quality players that most of us would have rated. So like to see Arne Slot be trash is kind of crazy. And then Chelsea, I think the issue with them, they're moving like a spicy Dortmund, right? Like Chelsea, they're looking at the next 16-year-old. Like they're not thinking about trying to sign players because after they won that Club World Cup. They should have pushed on. Instead, they're fighting with Man United about a price over Garnacho. They signed Jamie Gittins. They signed Liam Delap. So yeah,
this policy for me, this policy is gonna destroy them, and it's gonna destroy those young players. They're ruining careers, man. Because other players, Gittins needed a couple of more, another year in Dortmund to develop. These players, they're guying, but you know what? But we also are following some aspects of it, of the Chelsea. Our owner, co-owner, Jim the Rat Glazer, is a fan of the Chelsea model, by the way. Buying players young and try to sell them on. I just wanted to ask, where are you based in the US?
The New Jersey.
Are you Staffy land?
Yeah. Like Staffy live like 5. I could drive to Staffy right now, slap him, and then drive back, and then I'll be on stream in 5 minutes.
Staffy, man. You know what I mean? Staffy hype, bro. Staffy hype.
Bro, and I've met Saeed too. When
he we met in New York. We met in New York.
Yeah.
Out there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, big up. So are you excited about the World Cup?
Of course.
How many games are going to be around New Jersey and New York?
Yeah. The final's going to be like 30 minutes from like where I'm at. I don't think I'm going to be able to afford tickets, but I am going to Brazil versus Morocco, June 13th.
Oh, June. Yeah, that's going to be a good game.
Mm-hmm.
That's the one I'm looking forward to. I can't lie to you. That one right there. Morocco. Brazil.
I'm rooting for Brazil.
Make sure you bring a couple of towels just in case if it's a hot day in it. They might want to steal Moroccans. You know, make sure you get a couple of towels for the Moroccans.
Yeah.
Last summer, Noureddin, the first match I ever watched, Real Madrid live, Club World Cup semifinals against PSG. It was about 100 degrees outside. I know that you guys do Celsius, so I don't know like what the conversion is for you.
Yeah, that's hot. That's hot. That's hot.
It was burning. The match was over in 11 minutes. We were down 2-0. And I was on the part of the stadium where there was no shade. And it was brutal. It was brutal. So I'm going to bring a towel or something.
That must have been mad, bro. That's crazy. That's crazy, man.
What do you guys
People don't understand, man. I remember because I'm old enough to remember 94. I don't even know I don't know. Both you probably weren't born in.
No.
I'm old enough. That was my proper first World Cup when I understood football. Right. I was still a kid, but I remember how hot some of the games were, man. Boiling.
Yeah. You know the thing is, I didn't get into footy until 2014 World Cup because look, like, you grow up like in America. I'm from Brooklyn. We watch American football and basketball. Ain't nobody was watching footy, and then I watched the World Cup. I saw Brazil play, saw Neymar. I was like, okay. But then James Rodriguez. That's what really got me.
That volley.
Bro, a volley against Uruguay. Oh, my God. He's the reason that I'm a Real Madrid fan. Because at the time, I thought he was the best player in the world.
In that World Cup, he was the best player in that World Cup.
Phenomenal, bro.
He was the top goal scorer, wasn't he, in that World Cup? 7 goals, I remember. 7 goals,
Let's do a little bit of a quiz, yeah? So, Will, I want you to name me all the players that play for Man United and Real Madrid.
All of them.
Yeah, I want you to name and you I want you to name.
So obviously, CR7.
Yep.
We sold you Di Maria.
Yep.
Casemiro.
Yep.
Trying to think. United and Real Madrid.
Left back. You got a left back, centre back in there.
I mean, Van Nistelrooy.
Van Nistelrooy,
yeah.
You got another striker.
Don't check the chat, bro. Don't check the chat.
All right. What you said, striker? I said Van Nistelrooy.
No, there's a left back involved.
There's another guy. There's another striker.
Oh, I'm drawing a blank here.
Oh yeah, there's another one, isn't there? Yeah, you're right.
There's another striker. He's a young hot sensation. He came on the scene in 2008 World Cup.
But there's so many, bro. Man, we swapped.
Now, bro, I'm drawing a blank here.
Okay, I'll fill in for you. And you know what? Honestly, I wasn't even looking at the chat. I'll fill in for Gabriel Heinze. Mike.
I don't know. Varane was just there recently.
6.
Varane. You said 2008 young striker?
It's a couple more, man. We missed out.
Yeah, I'm drawing a blank, bro.
Michael Owen. Play for both.
Gabriel Heinze.
You see, but when you think of Owen, I'm thinking like Liverpool.
Chicharito, that's 8.
Chicharito,
yeah, okay, but he was there on loan. It was like one season. Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, Chicharito. Man said Alvaro Carreras. That's 8. That's 9.
I mean, did he make a debut like with you guys?
Who?
He
But
came on for a game. He came on for a game.
Okay. I know that he left our academy for yours, but I didn't know that he ever played.
Oh yeah, Beckham. How can I forget?
Oh shit, yeah, Beckham.
10.
Nah, that's mad. Yeah.
One more, man. Nuruddin, it's got to be one of your
Beckham.
time.
Yeah, Ron.
Oh yeah, Regulon.
Regulon.
Fucking hell, Regulon.
11.
Bro. Yeah, he was. Yeah. But didn't he join you guys from
Spurs on loan?
Yeah.
Who play for both?
Yeah. That's 11 players, man. That's crazy.
Yeah, I think I was only able to name like 5 on top of my head. I didn't know that Correa's debuted for you guys, because then I would have said him too. But like, I don't know.
Gabriel Heinze. Listen, Gabriel Heinze is the number 2 to Arteta at Arsenal. He played left back for you guys. He was for us for quite a while.
I don't think he made a Premier League debut, but we're pissed off that he left, bro. He's a brilliant.
I said it at the time, and you know what?
Yeah,
Will, they were shouting me down. He's too young. They were shouting me down. I said the same about Ghana. Everybody's on Ghana.
Ghana, you got
channel about Ghana being sold.
Alvaro. I don't think anybody wanted Alvaro Carreras to go. I think the fan base was unanimous.
Yeah, he's been decent for us. He started off very hot, and then he kind of cooled down a bit. I think he's been a solid signing. I didn't want him, to be fair. Like, I didn't want him like when we were first like scouting him. But he's been solid.
Is he better than Frank Garcia? Go
ahead.
Is he better than Frank Garcia?
Yes.
Is he better than Fela Mendy?
Yes, but defensively, Ferland Mendy is a tank. Bro.
I know.
I'm gonna need him again. Look, Mendy can't stay fit to save his life, but he's returned to training today. I need him out there versus Olise, because if it's Correas or Fran Garcia, they're getting cooked. I need Mendy, bro.
Yeah, he's getting cooked. I can't lie to you. Yeah, he's getting cooked. I'll be
real. Who are Real Madrid playing, by the way, in the Champions League?
I feel like you're getting smoked, bro. I can't lie to you, bro. I don't.
I tomorrow. Lose to Bayern.
Is that on tomorrow?
Yeah.
I remember last time you lost to them. Actually, it was on penalties, and I think if you would have beat them, you would have won the Champions League that season. It was Real Madrid. It was Jose Mourinho's time last season at the Bernabeu, and you lost on penalties. I remember Schweinsteiger scoring a penalty.
Yeah. That was what, the 2011-2012 season?
Yeah.
Since then, all that they've known is just this belt, Saeed. Look, we own Bayern. Let me tell you something right now. Vinicius, Norden, Saeed, you heard this first from me. Vinicius Masterclass. Wow. I'm telling you, last time he played them, he almost made Kimmich want to retire from right back. I mean, he was cooking him.
But you had Cruz in that game.
Nah, that's true. But here's the thing, though. Bayern, I think we are the underdogs. And I think what makes Bayern, in my opinion, the best team in Europe currently is their attack. I think their midfield, we can, kind of have a good battle there. And I think their back line is okay. And then you have, 50-year-old Neuer. I mean, come on, bro. They fries the bag. Like Neuer is like the dishes at the end of the night. He's washed.
Can I ask a question? Is your goalkeeper back? Is your goalkeeper back, or is he still injured?
Nah. Courtois is out for longer, so it's Lunin. But Lunin was there in 23-24 when we beat them.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I would have given you a chance against the attack.
I think we have a chance. Obviously,
Lunin is good. Let me say something to you. Lunin is good. I'm old enough to watch Real Madrid in the Champions League and Real Madrid winning trophies. The goalkeeper is a massive.
Yeah.
Courtois getting injured. Courtois getting
big games. I'm kind of like spooky. Hurricane is a performing in big games.
I'm more worried about the wingers. I'm worried about Diaz,
Olise.
And then I'm worried about Diaz because I don't know if Mendy's fit. So my fullbacks concern me, but we'll see, right? Bro, but you can't doubt us. And our season is on the line. If we don't get a good result, either a draw or a win in that first leg, I think season's done because we can't win La Liga. We're out Copa del Rey. Then you're essentially out of the UCL. There's really nothing left to play for. You're just going through like the motions from now until the end of the season.
Is Rude play? Is Jude playing? Did Jude play on the weekend? Did he play?
Yeah. So Jude came off the bench. He still wasn't fit to start. Thing is, I don't know. Maybe because the magnitude, you do throw him back out there. But a lot of Madrid fans are nervous, not only about Mbappe, but some people are actually saying that him and Jude could be a problem, which I don't think so, because we've seen a lot of success. That Jude first season, arguably the best debut season like at a club. He was phenomenal how quickly he just adjusted, and then everything that we won. So it just depends, but he should play a role though for sure.
Yeah.
But
I'll be shocked. I'll be shocked if you don't get beat tomorrow. Is it tomorrow?
Yep.
Tomorrow, isn't it? I'm shocked if you don't get beat tomorrow but I do think the second leg, you being at home, mad things happen in that stadium when it comes to
No. We're not at home, second leg.
Oh, you're away the second leg?
Yeah, second leg away.
Well, I think I tell you, I think you're out, man. I think you have to build the lead. You have to build the lead to go over there.
Exactly.
And then hit them on the counter. Because one thing about Bayern, I agree with you. They are lackadaisical at the back. They do take risk at home. And they're susceptible to the counter. And for me, Vinicius is devastating on the counter attack. He is devastating.
100%.
Yeah. I mean,
I think you have to win by 2 goals. And you know what? When I look at it, to me, like you said, it comes back to what you said when you came on the stream. It's about team balance. Bayern are a bit more balanced.
They are.
Facts.
They are.
Facts.
They're a bit more
Let's
balanced.
see, man. But good luck to you, Will. It was a pleasure, man, jumping on stream.
I appreciate you, bro.
You know what I mean? Let them know where they can find you, man. And are you live tonight with Staffy and them lot as well for Waffle?
Yeah. So it says Carnage Extra. That's my second channel. But it's Football Carnage. Look, best Real Madrid channel on YouTube. It's not close. You guys got to tap in. I'm super close to 20,000 subscribers. Watch along tomorrow. Barca Hate Watch on Wednesday. Actually, we'll double watch along because PSG Liverpool should be fire as well. I think Liverpool are going to get smoked. But this is where you guys can find Football Carnage.
That's what I'm praying for, man.
We pray for their downfall, man. We pray for their downfall.
Yeah, I don't like them either with how they were treating my right back. I don't like that. They were moving like hypocrites. You calling Trent a rat, a snake, but then you twerking for Isak. Did he not snake Newcastle? And Trent didn't do half as much as what Isak did. So, they were moving a bit hypocritical. I'm glad to see their downfall. And just make sure that Konate stays fit for that free transfer. And make sure that Ekitike is in good form for next summer. I appreciate you.
Warning.
There you go.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, big up, man.
I appreciate you, man. Big up to you, man, for coming on and giving your opinion, man. Here's the channel, people. Obviously, put the channel in the link, people. There we go. Obviously, Nuruddin's channel's in there as well. Nuruddin, you're live right now.
I'm gonna go live.
Yeah. Sweet. Yeah. You're live right now, so make sure you tune in to Nuruddin's channel right now and join in on his stream. But yeah, man, Will, it's been a pleasure, man, and we'll catch up another time. Guys, head over to United Real Therapy, and I'll see you tomorrow for the Champions League. The games are gonna be mad tomorrow, man. Make sure you are tuned in. We will be there, guys. We will be there. Peace. We're out. Take care. Peace.